All right, ladies and gentlemen, you join us for our 5th game of the day, I do believe. The Expendables 3D versus Power of Scotland. First up to jam, we have Abnorman for the Expendables. And you'll have to forgive us, our angle's a bit dodgy. It's the real Scream Shady jamming for Power of Scotland. Both jammers still trying to fight their way through the pack. And it looks like we've had our first penalty of the game. Blocker being sent to the box, but meanwhile, real Scream Shady picks up lead jammer status for Power of Scotland. Abnorman being taken off on the outside and recycled. Real Scream Shady going round for a natural Grand Slam pass of 5 points. Abnorman out now on his scoring pass. Looks like Scream Shady calls off that jam before Abnorman managed to pick up any points. Between jams, we're currently being serenaded by our in-house announcers for this game, Mother Mercy and James Brown. Beautiful work. Next jam up, we have Flustercluck for the Expendables. Slipping around on the outside for Power of Scotland. Getting past Chronic is Dog, taking lead jammer status. White and McDye taking a massive hit there from Chronic, knocking him off his brightly lit feet as Flustercluck makes his way through the pack. Dog slips around the outside to pick up his 4 points, calling off that jam. Got to tell you, I've got a lot of respect for Power of Scotland today. They've come into this with only 10 players. And I think they're doing pretty well, actually. It's going to be a long day for Power of Scotland, though. Make sure you give them their respect that they're dues. Hit us up on Twitter or Facebook, hashtag BEARDi2014. Looks like we have ourselves an official timeout. I believe there may be some track maintenance. And we're all sorted. Jam is on. And looks like that's Fish jamming for the Expendables. One blocker left to get past, and he does pick up that first lead jam for the Expendables of this game. Nuke out of the pack as well, taking a big hit there. He's trying to chase down Fish. Fish looking to put those first points on the board for the Expendables this game. Oh, and just as Fish is about to call off that jam, he picks up a back block penalty, meaning that Nuke is now on a power jam for the Power of Scotland. Nuke taking a beating from Matt Lovin, takes him off on the outside, recycles him a little way back. Nuke being taken off and recycled again as Fish makes his way out of the box. White and McDye spotting him at the back. They're not quite able to stop him making his way around. Nuke taking a little dig there from Tonka off on the outside and recycling him to the back of the pack. Fish taking down his own teammate for the good of the points. Fish taking hit after hit. And Cronenberg, after that massive hit being sent to the box, leaves lots of space open for Fish. Both jammers picking up points now as the jam reaches its natural conclusion. Okay, we've got the Expendables on 8 points now after that first few jams. Power of Scotland taking the lead with 19. Quite a different game to what they had the first game of the day. Looks like we have 2828 Finch jamming for the Expendables and number 82 Dog jamming for Power Scotland. Dog throwing a massive hit there to Disasteroid to break through and get lead jammer status. Finch with some beautiful footwork slipping through that Power Scotland pack. Dog through on his first scoring pass, picking up 4 points. Knowing that Power Scotland are in the lead, carries on going round. Trusts his teammates to block Finch. Xavier Bacon hits and crash, doing some nice two-work blocking there, hold back Dog, but he does manage to slip past. Both our jammers picking up penalties. Dog, by the looks of things, picking up a high block, and I believe Finch picking up a cut track. So we'll have ourselves a jammer switcheroo, a brief jammerless jam, and of course the jam we're on for the full 2 minutes with no lead jammer. How many times can I say jam in the space of 30 seconds? I don't even know anymore. Both jammers back out now, hitting those packs. Solid wall work from Power Scotland. Conenberg holding steady in the middle of that wall, hitting Finch, taking him off and out. Dog being recycled by Xavier Bacon. Hits and crash, picking up a clockwise block, making things that little bit easier for Dog as he makes his way through. Finch also through, matching each other points. Dog through again for another 4 points. Finch nearly making his way out of that pack. Big hit, clears the wall. And just as that whistle gets called, I thought we were about to get ourselves some jammer on jammer action. Real Scream Shady up to jam for Power Scotland up against the Canadian expendable Flustercluck. Really having to keep myself in check saying that name. Scream Shady taken off on the outside, as is Flustercluck, both of them being recycled back past that jammer line. The Roller Derby City sponsored jammer line, no less. Flustercluck with some brilliant footwork and some smooth moves. Sees him slip past those blockers. Zoob nearly holding him at the end, but Flustercluck is your lead jammer. Scream Shady being recycled by Chronic to the back of the line. Fluster taking a big hit and taking himself back. Hits and crash finally hearing that skating out of bounds call and heading himself over to the Skate Hut sponsored penalty box. Scrim Shady enjoying himself a power jam, but he's been taken off and back by Not So Gentle. Didn't see it was Not So Gentle that took him off. Comes back on track, incurring a cut track penalty, heading to the box, so we will have ourselves a jammer switcheroo with Clusterfuck already in there. Flustercluck, I do apologise about that, ladies and gentlemen. Fluster back on track, making his way to that Power Scotland wall, nearly making it around the outside, but Conenberg taking him off. Fluster is through. Scrim Shady standing in that penalty box. And the jam reaching its natural conclusion before he is able to get out. Expendables closing that gap, 22 now to the Power Scotland's 31. 20 minutes left of this game. Please do remember, if you're watching at home and you want to get in on the action, you can tweet us at BEARDi2014. You can hashtag the same thing. If you want to send us some information that you might have as a down low on these teams, we want you to hashtag True Derby Facts. We're going to get some of them read out in-house and on feed if we can make that happen. And that is Lee Jammer for roll call, jamming up for Expendables. Real Scrim Shady back on track. Looks like he's shaping up to do a star pass to Dog. And that is on. Dog going to try and looks like he's going to try and make his way through before he puts on that pansy. Roll call one-on-one with Reanimated Gift. Nice big chunky hit to the chest, sees him through. Dog very nearly and only just managed to keep himself in bounds. Roll call through for another 4 points. Roll call calling off that jam just as Dog was shaping up to make his way through the pack. No points for Dog there. And we have ourselves a tie game with 18 minutes, 45 seconds to go, 31 points apiece. Second tie game we've seen so far today. Who knows which way it will go. Just want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Skate Hut. Skate gear at reasonable prices, locally based in Halloween. Proud sponsors of both Central City Roller Girls, the Crash Test Brummies, and our penalty box. Skate Hut have also generously provided us with our trophies today. And can I tell you, they are pretty trophies. My cohort Cad is sat with me right now. She is nodding happily. We're gonna get some selfies up on our Facebook and Instagram of those trophies. They are beautiful things. James Brown pointed out quite rightly earlier. They kind of look like the trophies from Karate Kid. We're gonna see if we can make something happen at the awards ceremony tomorrow, but we'll let you wonder about that one. Meanwhile, if you wonder why we've got this mass influx of beards into Cannock in Birmingham, it is, of course, for BEARDi, the Brummies European Alternative Roller Derby Invitational. We're doing this in support of two fantastic charities, Movember and Decembeard, both of them with involvement into testicular cancer, bowel cancer, kind of men cancers. Obviously, bowel cancer affects everybody. All the money going from T-shirts, patches, our raffle today. There's some nice stuff in the raffle, so if you fancy a chance of that, maybe text someone who's here and they can get you a ticket. But yeah, all the proceeds from everything we're doing, ticket sales, the lot today, is going to those two charities. So it's an absolutely bang-up event, and real hat nod to the Crash Test Brummies for getting this app organised. Much respect. Looks like we've got ourselves an official timeout. I believe it started as a team timeout. It moved into an official review of some sort. Power of Scotland have called this. I don't know from where we are that we'll be able to find out what the down low is on this right now. But if we can find out and update you in the next game, we will do that. While I've got a couple of moments, I personally would like to say a massive thank you to Derby Duck Productions. They're the guys that are streaming this, of course. You'll know that because you followed the links. They are doing absolutely sterling work keeping this up. We have had a few technical issues with our feed mics, as you will have noticed watching the first few games, but we're steadily getting there and they're doing an absolutely great job. So massive thanks to Derby Duck for coming down here today, for filming these so that you guys at home can keep up to date with the action. And on a similar vein, massive shout out to our Twitterers. Rage and Wildfire of Milton Keynes Roller Derby and Quad Job of Coventry City Derby Dolls. Everything you're reading on Twitter is coming from those two people, those four individual thumbs. They are on it today. They are getting so much done. Massive respect to those guys. Right, that's taken us up to half time, so we're just going to briefly switch sides. while I'm in the habit of shout-outs, I want to give a shout-out to our medics for this weekend, GBEMS. Big love to those guys. Thankfully, we've not needed them so far this weekend, but they are here. I've been at a lot of events with the GBEMS, and it's always top-notch care. And even if you're a spectator and you're feeling a bit iffy, go over and see him. They will see you later. I can see James Brown waving. I'm waving back. He might be waving at me. He might be waving at the fans. Who knows? I have been on a slight Holly Sheet-esque selfie mission so far today. When I get a chance, I'm going to post some of those up on my Twitter, at Snoogans37. Feel free to go and check those. If you've got any requests for any selfies, I'm going to do like Roller Polar Bear at Wet the other weekend. So if you want me to get a selfie with anyone, tweet me and I will do that. And there is the Can You Feel the Love Tonight. Followed by a nice manly ooh. Give us an ooh, Cadders. Ooh. There you go. All right, halftime done, sides are changed, and we are ready to get back on with the action. Nuke Jam of Power Scotland up against 2828 number Finch. That's all right, number Finch. I went there. Finch at the front of the pack. Only 2 blockers. Zoob to get past, and he does. Nuke slips around that outside, nearly unseen. Not so gentle spots him, but he is unable to stop him. Only about 20 feet between Finch and Nuke right now. Finch calling off the jam.
Nuke's like the greatest speed skater anyway.
Very good point made by Cadders just now. Nuke is like a crazy speed skater. He did close that gap alarmingly fast. Finch just managed to call off that jam before Nuke picked up any points, but also before he did. So we're still on that 31-point tie. 13 minutes and 22 seconds to go. We've got the one with the disco wheels, White and McDye up to jam for Power Scotland, up against the one and only Matt Lovin for the Expendables. Oh, White and McDye with some beautiful transferring footwork. Makes his way on the inside to pick up lead jam, and Matt Lovin still struggling to get his way through. Tell you what, I need to get up north more often. I love watching White and McDye skate. And again, gets low through that pack to pick up himself a vegan Grand Slam pass. For those of you not in the know, vegan Grand Slam passes, they are including all the skaters 100% natural, vegan friendly. Shout out to my girl Sassy McAwesome. We started that a long time ago. Well spotted, Cadders. We have ourselves a star pass. Matt Lovin passing that star to Roll Call, who is now on a power jam. White and McDye heading to the box. I did not see the penalty. I believe it may have been a cut. Don't hold me to it. Roll Call, 2 blockers up front to try and get through. And he does. 5-point Grand Slam. Roll Call hitting that pack. Big hard hit into the side of Dog, forcing him right through the pack. Roll Call taken off on the outside by Dog and recycled. White and McDye back on. And he is off again for an illegal re-entry. So this power jam will continue to Roll Call, managing to get his hips around the blocker, pick up another 5-point pass. Beautiful defensive work there. Good point, Cadders. Got a little bit frantic right at the end of that jam there. Okay, we have ourselves a lead change. 38 points to Power Scotland, 46 to the Expendables. Okay, starting on this power jam. Fluster now jamming for the Expendables. And he does manage to ease his way through that pack to pick up lead. Comes round, slips around the inside. Some nice footwork. Sees him just get past the red Baron before Baron connects with a massive hit. That would have been traumatic. White and McDye back out the pack. Back out the box, sorry. That skate hut penalty box. Jammer v Jammer now, both out the pack. And Fluster calls off the jam. Looks like my in-house cohorts are also having a bit of trouble pronouncing Fluster Cluck. I probably will maintain just calling him Fluster for the rest of the day. Maybe the rest of my life. Abnorman and Nuke on the jammer line now. Both jammers trapped behind those opposing walls. Power Scotland with that pack advantage, 4 blockers to the Expendables 3. But Nuke's been recycled and taken back. Zoob and Reanimated GIF making an Abnorman sand wedge, which he says, actually, I'll take that to go. Slips through the pack, picks up lead jammer status. Nuke with some nice ducking and diving, slips through. He is also out, but Abnorman a whole lap ahead of him. And Reanimated GIF getting all up in Abnorman's grill, getting him to call off the jam. Not before he's picked up that 4-point pass and extended that lead for the Expendables.
Fishing dog at the end and then slapping hands as they were.
Nice little hand slap there between Fish and Dog. 2 different species getting on the track. Fluster and Real Scrim Shady on the jam line now. Both jammers easing their way through. Massive hit from Reanimated GIF. Come out of nowhere on Fluster. Scrim Shady picking up lead. Taking a massive hit from Fluster, who is attempting to recycle. I thought we were going to see ourselves some negative jam action there. Scrim is your lead jammer. Being recycled by Matt Lovin. Fluster up front, held by that wall of Power of Scotland. And Fluster is through, but again, he is not lead. Scrim Shady calling off the jam. As the great King Crazy would say, that right there was a pointless jam.
Just over 7 minutes left of this game now. 38 Power Scotland, 60 to the Expendables, managing to extend that lead ever so slightly.
No change in points from that jam. Obviously 38 to 60. Expendables in the lead. 7 minutes left on the clock. The next 7 minutes. And directing skaters I don't get to see enough of. Finch just sliding backwards through that pack, easy like Sunday mornings. Judder Jam, seeing him there, taking that easy stroll through and goes, nope, You can have one of these. Massive hip check takes him off track. Off on the inside. Looks like we may have had some power jam action. Nuke being sent to the penalty box. Presumably he had passed that point of no return, so he headed to the box, having to now make a full lap around the track for a cutting penalty. And Finch calling that jam. Not a bad idea to pop a fresh set of legs on.